In late October 2025, a major AWS outage occurred, and this affected countless companies and millions of users worldwide. The outage was specifically within the US East Northern Virginia region, so chances are, if you were within this region, you were affected. There was another IT outage that affected an airline, which caused hundreds of delays and hundreds of cancellations. Hey, my name's Elijah. Welcome to the channel. I'm a recent cybersecurity graduate, and today we're going to be going over these events, the effects of them, and the solutions because these events could have been avoided. So, what happened? The entire US East Northern Virginia region experienced a disastrous outage. Now, this region specifically is one of the biggest, oldest, and arguably the most important region. Before we deep dive, though, let's just take a quick step back. A region is the geographic location of data centers. Data centers actually house our servers and physical compute resources. And availability zones are sections of a region that house one or more data centers. Now, this is important because the whole region was down. So, multi availability zone deployments really didn't matter because everything was down anyway. The cause of the outage wasn't a natural disaster, it wasn't a cyber attack with attackers trying to steal your information. The cause was actually self inflicted. Yes, it was. And the cause was actually two automated systems trying to update the same data at the same time, which caused this massive outage. Now, a person may be asking, what does any of this have to do with me? And I'm actually going to attack this from two perspectives. Now, for me personally, I knew something was wrong when I couldn't order my favorite Starbucks drink. I actually had to go into the store and order my order, and my order was really complicated. And even though my issue was just due to inconvenience, there were more critical services that were affected. Now, for example, people couldn't book Uber or Lyft, or customers that had AT&T and T and Verizon couldn't send messages. Now, this is really alarming and important because can you imagine you being in an emergency and you can't access functions on your phone? Or you really needing to get somewhere, like an airport, for example, and you can't really book anything. These are things that really affect our daily lives and really highlight how much we rely on the cloud. From a business perspective, if users can't access important applications or services, it can lead to a loss of sales and, most importantly, just frustrated customers. Banks, airlines, or even hospitals can be affected due to a cloud outage. And let's just take a look at credibility and trust for a moment. If users lose faith within a business, they're not going to come back. For example, let's say you walk in a bank and they can't process any of your financial transactions. Are you going to continue to bank with them? Are you going to trust this bank with your hard earned money, even though they can't perform on the services that they promised you? These are the type of questions customers start asking themselves whenever outages like these occur and businesses can't keep their promises. Alaska Airlines also took a hit with a separate outage. Their outage caused hundreds of delays and 400 flight cancellations, which actually affected 50,000 people. These two events highlight how much we actually rely on technology and how quickly things can go off the rails when things start breaking down. So, Elijah, how can these events have been avoided? These events could have been avoided by having a good disaster recovery strategy. Disaster recovery involves a company bringing everything back up in case of a failure due to a technical glitch, a cyber attack, or even a natural disaster. It involves backing up systems, having copies of data, and a clear set of steps to get things back up and running again. My solution specifically is having a multi-region disaster recovery strategy. And this means when one region fails, like in AWS's case, it automatically fails over into another region. And this happens due to Route 53. Route 53 monitors the health of a region's endpoint, right? So whenever one region fails, it automatically switches me over to another region with low RPO and RTO, which means recovery time objective and recovery point objective. All that means is that all that means is that you recover quickly and with no data loss. The most important thing about disaster recovery is that it's not just a set it and forget it strategy. A company has to run drills, run tests, have communications, and simulate these things because when the actual real thing occurs, you would rather be ready than be reactive to things so you can do what's best for your customers and what's best for your business. Disaster recovery is about being ready for anything so your business can bounce back and keep customers happy. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to learn how to secure the cloud using automation, click or tap the screen. Subscribe, and I'll see you later.